Good morning readers. I, Harish Boodhoo, warmly welcome you to my channel. Learn as much as possible from my handwritten articles. Opinion paper. Part 5. This 11th of June 2020. 11th of June 1982 to 11th of June 2000. The ghosts of the crushing defeat of the Labour Party of Sir C. Woosageramdulam should never be forgotten by present and future politicians. The writing was on the wall since year 1969, the warning signs were seen since year 1977, and the bell was tolling. Welcome to this 11th of June 2020 opinion paper of the new series. It is the fifth part. The new approach comprises two essential elements. We briefly deal with some specific issues, without going into detail. Then, we leave to you to think over and reach your own decisions. We only provide the vital clues for that process. And the other key element is, we now underline some of the important English expressions. To help our young and student readers. Yesterday we highlighted 33. Anyway, have a great afternoon. Take care. All that said, now consider a few more wider current issues. They are just picked at random, and they do not convey any order of chronology or priority. The historic 11th of June 1982 general election. 1. We faced it in an alliance between the MMM and my party, the PSM. On the other side were the once powerful Labour Party and its two communal allies, the PSMD, and a few other groups. 2. Well, the MMM, PSM was a well-knit formidable federation, having laboured the groundwork and grassroots level for more than a year. In marked contrast, the opposition was splintered. 3. And the Labour Party was terribly weak and after 4 decades in power. Gangrened by infighting, corruption, excesses, extremes, abuse of power, warring factional lobbies, arrogance, total absence at grassroots level, a one-man band leadership, and what not, you just name it. The oldest party was programmed for a fatal crash. 4. Here is the irony of ironies. All the people outside the coterie of the then Prime Minister, Sir C. Woosageramdulam, saw it coming, knew it pretty well, but not the latter. That because his eyes and ears were all four finely tuned to seeing and hearing only nice and pro-SSR and pro-LP palatable things. Painful, dreadful and naked truths were all hidden. 5. In brief, the skilled sycophants perfectly knew how, when and where to please the old man. In as many words, the Labour Party skilled bootlickers killed the LP and destroyed the longest-serving and respected Prime Minister. The professional hangers-on and experienced parasites misled and eradicated the mighty Sir C. Woosageramdulam. 6. Whose epic and heroic struggle had broken so many shackles of slavery, colonialism, poverty, illiteracy, ignorance, tyranny, and what not. And who had suffered and sweated buckets to lead the country to independence in year 1968. Beware the skilled sycophants in life. Here brave in Jugnorth. Here Navin Ramdulam. Here. 7. Learn a lesson or two from history. Look around you. You have created a nursery and a breeding ground for polished, gifted and qualified parasites, to sing your praises. 8. With that quick passing reference on the entourage and surroundings of both brave in Jugnorth and Navin Ramdulam, and the lessons from the political life of Sir C. Woosageramdulam, we now resume the subject matter. The 38th anniversary of the historic 11th of June 1982 elections. Well, if the truth be known, nobody in the MMM, PSM was aware or had dreamt of a that is all the opposition candidates were doomed to be defeated. 9. True, the writing was on the wall right from the word go. And the warning signs were seen and felt everywhere, outside the Labour Party, and across the country. Even then, Labour Party was deaf to the loud and deafening tolling bell, since year 1977. 10. Notwithstanding, it had all started when Sir C. Woosageramdulam had expelled the independent forward bloc leaders, Sukhdev Basundal in year 1969 plus forged an alliance with the PSMT and sugar industry of Gaetan plus allowed the PSMT to take over the reins of the government plus distanced himself from the trade unions and the working classes plus declared a state of emergency from year 1970 to 1976, and arrested opposition leaders, banned elections and public gatherings, and limited people's freedom, and introduced rigid press censorship plus lost the trial at year 1970 by-election plus and whatnot. 11. All told, the political mammoth bell was tolling louder and louder, since Sirsi Wuzagaramjulam had given a free rein to the private sector of Gaetan in year 1969. A group of young Labourites joined Sirsi Wuzagaramjulam's Labour Party in year 1976. To reform the party and give it its lettre de noblesse of the 1950s and 1960s. I was one among them. 12. Sirsi Wuzagaramjulam did not listen to us. My two friends and myself were expelled from the Labour Party in late 1979. The PSM took birth. We stayed with the people, lived, dressed and ate like them, learned a lot from them, and discovered the real Mauritius. We won the scalps of 2 ministers, 2 ran away. And the rest is but history. And the struggle still continues. 13. But eventually, for all politicians of today, the ghosts of Sirsi Wuzagaramjulam's 11th of June 1982 electoral defeat should never be forgotten. Tomorrow, we will unearth the real reasons to that PSM breakup. We all had our fair share of blame. But the Libyan mercenary, Achan Koda Bucks, and the year 1967 racist anti-independence journalists were the real enemies. To be continued. Keep reading, keep learning. Like and subscribe for more thrilling articles.